Happy 2024, everyone. New year, same podcast, same me. Fatter Kevin. Woo! What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 28. You're no dancer and cancer and Jesus and Rudolph. We did it. We survived December. We survived the holiday season. I'm going Hanukkah full on next year, right? So I celebrate Christmas, but our friend Marla came over last night and she's like, I forgot all your Hanukkah gifts because I didn't see you during the Hanukkah season. Bye, Kevin. Bye. And she brought me this giant golden coin made of chocolate. Bro, going Hanukkah next year. So much better. Love to get some gelt. I'm educated. I'm educated and I'm cultural. So I know that chocolate coins, it's gelt. That's not Jewish, but I know things. What's up, you guys? How is it going? How did you survive the 3,500 emails from your kid's school in December? Where on top of all of the parties you're signing up for, buying snacks that you don't get to eat. You don't get to eat. Your kids are having these Christmas parties and cookie decorating parties, and you're like providing the frosting and the sprinkles and the cookie and all the things, and you don't get to eat it. Right? Your kids bring home cookies after their party, and they're like, these are actually mine, and you don't get one. It's so upsetting. And it's also upsetting that my computer is so old that I can't even get to my notes. It's been loading my notes. It's a document. It's literally the easiest thing for a computer to load, and it's been trying to load it for 45 minutes. And finally, I was just like, F it. We're doing it. We're just starting the pod because I can't wait any longer. Riley. We're going to get Riley over here. Big shout out to Riley. She had to stay home alone with both Kevins during Christmas while we traveled up north to Washington. Good job, dog, for not letting the cats burn down the house. You didn't have any kind of home alone situation that I'm aware of. If you did, you cleaned it up very nicely. So I could just see Riley like, Kevin! Isn't that what they say? She says in the movie, hi. Okay, audio listeners, Riley is my golden retriever. She's the best dog in the whole world, and she's going to look super cute on camera while I'm trying to bring up my notes. Yo, New Year, same podcast, same old computer. Where are my notes? They were here, but now they're not here. This is so frustrating. So frustrating. No, that's not. Okay, can we just... for tradition's sake, can we cut to the TJ Maxx theme song real quick? Go. You should go Okay, great. My momentum is gone because I lost my notes, and now Riley's gone, and now Kevin's gone. Everybody's leaving me, and I don't have abandonment issues, but maybe right now I do. Anyway, so I don't need this computer. You've done enough. More harm than good. Forever. Your whole existence, computer. So anyway, how was your guys' Christmas break? I left. I peaced out. I got out of Vegas. I went up north to my hometown. I don't know if I call it my hometown because I was born in Portland, Oregon, but I lived in Spokane, Washington for quite a long time, a while. So, I got a lot of family and friends and people up there. So that kind of feels like home, right? Kind of feels like home. So I went home, and we didn't have a white Christmas, unfortunately. I was sad about that, but that's always how it goes, right? It's always the foreigners, not foreigners, because I live in the same country. It's always the visitors, the tourists, basically, to a city who are like, we want snow. We want a white Christmas. I flew all the way up here. I want a white Christmas. And then the locals who live there are like, hallelujah, like no snow, because they know it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. They know it's a nightmare. But no, we're all like, but it's pretty. And that's what I wanted coming all the way up here into your territory. I wanted a white Christmas because I don't have to drive in it and I don't have to scrape ice off my windshield with a credit card. And I don't have to, it's really the danger that makes it Christmas for me. I like the danger. It's like we're not happy unless there's just danger, but it's pretty. So that's some selfishness there. However, we did drive to the snow. Can you stop meowing? Please. It's very distracting. You're just being a seagull behind me, and meowing while I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to keep, first my computer doesn't work, then I have abandonment issues, and now you're here and you're meowing at me, and I don't, okay, I do want you here. Okay, you're very sweet. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, you're the co-host today. Do a good job. So we didn't have a white Christmas, and we didn't really get snow in Spokane, but we did drive to the snow. And I want your guys' opinion on how this all went down. So, these fruit flies, dude. My house is infested with fruit flies. I'm missing him, so I'm just applauding him. At this point, I'm just applauding the flies. I'm like, good job. Thanks for infesting my house. Actually trying to clap them out of the air. Can you move, please, Kat? Thank you. So, what was I saying? So we didn't get snow where we were staying. I was staying with my best friend and cousin-in-law, Cassie, and she creates the most amazing Christmas magic. Every year she goes above and beyond. She's got like the whole thing. Like, I don't know if kids are listening. I know my podcast is family friendly. I don't know if kids are listening, but let me just tell you, the little things that like move every night that you got to do crazy stuff with. She does that so good. I could not ever be bothered to participate in that at all. But we had a lovely time up there. I stayed with her. We drove to the snow because she's like, yo, I know that you had a great childhood sledding. You loved sledding as a kid. You loved snow as a kid, and your two little spawn don't really get to experience that in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's the temperature of the surface of the sun 90 times out of 99% of the year. So why don't we all pile in a car and we drive up to a mountain and go sledding? And I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted. Let's do it. So she provides all the snow gear. She's so sweet. She like rallied, all our relatives, like, we need snow gear for these Las Vegas people who clearly have nothing but tank tops and Daisy Dukes. So that will not be good in the snow. So we get to the mountain. We take a gondola up to the mountain. It's majestic. There's snow on the tree. It's like picturesque. Like, this is what Johnny Mathis was singing about in the Christmas songs. Like, this is what it's all about. You're seeing the beauty. And then we get to the top, and we had tickets. We bought tickets to this mountain. It's not a free mountain. I think it's a Nate Bargatze joke. You had to pay for this mountain. It's not a free mountain. So we got to the top, and we showed them our little credentials, and they're like, you get this tubing. You get this section of our mountain for tubing only for 2 hours. Go for it. So they hand us a tube, and then there's like lanes, right? You get in your lane with your tube, and you wait for the dude who's totally phoning it in, by the way. I have no idea if he's, like, does he even work there? Was mostly what I was asking myself. Like, do you even work here? Because I can't really tell. He may live on the mountain. He may just live up there, and then he just kind of wanders out from his hole every once in a while to, like, be like, lanes 1 and 2, go ahead. You're like, I don't know. I don't know. But this mountain dweller / employee of the mountain was like, get in your lane. I'll tell you when to go, and then you go. And I'm in my tube, and he's like, go. And we... right? It's this perfectly manicured sledding hill. It's got bumps. Like, it's got levels. It's leveled. So you're going fast, you're picking up speed, and then you go vroom, and then you go down, and then you go vroom, you go down again, and then you're like, because you're losing control. But then there's hay. They got hay. They scatter the hay on the ground of the bottom of the sledding hill, so the hay slows you down, and then you slow down, and you're like, that was awesome. Let's do it again. And just when you think you got to walk back up there, you don't. They have a moving sidewalk. This mountain has a moving sidewalk. I don't think it naturally had one. I think the humans put it in. Also, it's roofed. It's covered, which makes sense. Because if it wasn't, then the snow and all the things would get in there and it wouldn't work. So basically, you're getting out of the airport, right? You know how like in the airport, they just have little sections with the moving sidewalk? Like, it's not the whole thing. Like it doesn't, you don't just step off the plane and get on a moving sidewalk and then it takes you to the baggage claim or your car. Oh, almost got another fly. It's just like little tiny sections of moving sidewalk throughout the airport that you're like, I think I'll go fast for for this 36 feet. I'm going to go normal speed for the rest of the airport, but for these 36 feet, I'm going to zoom. I'm zooming. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then you zoom for 36 feet, and then you get back to the normal speed of everyone around you. And everyone kind of looks at you like, did you have fun? Was that fun for you? All right. Okay. You're going to just walk with us from now on? Cool. And how about the people that walk on the moving sidewalk when it's not working? What's that all about? You just want to be sectioned off from everybody else for a little bit? I kind of get that. I get that. But anyway, so we're riding the moving sidewalk up back to the top of the tubing hill, right? And everybody's smiling, and we're like, this is awesome. This is so awesome. And my kids are doing it. My kids are 7 and 5, and they're doing it. They're desert kids. This is blowing their little minds. We get back up to the hill. We sled down again. And then we get back on the sidewalk and we go back up and we're doing this. And about the third time, I'm thinking, this is so awesome. This is what I never had as a kid. This is the best thing to ever happen. And then by the fourth time, I'm like, this is not right. I'm looking at my kids and they're happy. I'm like, you're not supposed to be happy right now, though. No. That's not how real sledding works. Real sledding is a job. It's a job. Computer, no. Whatever computer just made that sound, absolutely stop. Absolutely, don't do it again. Sledding is a job. Sledding is work that you sign up for, right? You put on, this is how sledding's supposed to go, right? You put on no less than 18 layers of clothing. You just keep layering and layering and layering. You'd put on 4 boots if you could. You'd put 2 boots on each foot if that was possible. It's not, so you'll settle for 10 pairs of socks, just over and over and over. You got like 2 scarves, you got like mittens, you got the earmuffs, you got the hood, the whole thing. And then you and your buddies, you first of all, you grab your big sleds, right? Like the slippery ones, not the tubes. I mean, if you're like a rich kid in the neighborhood, then maybe you had like a tube. But everybody else, every time they have a tube, it immediately gets a hole in it. Can't use it next year. And your parents are like, nah, you got sleds. So you grab the slippery sleds, right? The ones that are just big slabs of plastic. And you try to carry it, but it's so hard to carry it under your arm because you got 18 layers of clothes on. And so you're just like trying to awkwardly like hold it. And then you can't. So you drag it by the rope and you tromp and you tromp and you tromp and you tromp through all the snow, dragging your sleds by their little rope handle until you find some sort of elevation that could work as a sledding hill. And you argue about it for a while with your friends or cousins, brothers, sisters, whatever. You argue for a while. It's part of the deal. But then you all agree and you're like, this is the hill. This is the one. So then somebody's got to go first, right? So somebody, okay, you tromp to the top of the hill. Tromp, tromp, tromp. You're already tired. You're already tired by the time you get up there. You're already taken off a hat, a scarf, 1 glove. You're like, okay. First person who goes. And because there's no path, right? So you're trying so hard to make a path for your sledding down the hill, but you just keep hitting snow, right? It gets like piled up and you're trying so hard and then somebody pushes you, right? And then they push you too hard and then your face goes into the snow and then you're basically just like eating the snow and creating a path for your sled while eating snow. It's just like, So then you get to the bottom and you've kind of made a path for your sleds. You've kind of made a trail for the rest of them. Like you sacrificed, now it's their turn. So then everybody's going down the hill. Yeah, phew, phew, phew. People are going off to the side because a sled never follows the path that you make. It always goes to the left or the right. Why does it do that? I don't know. It just does it. And then you're like, okay, well, it's my turn again. I blazed the trail, and now I'm hiking back up. You hike all the way back up, and by the time you're up there, you're tired. You're so tired. You're sweating already. And now all the layers have to come off. The rest of your hats, the rest of your gloves, 2 coats, The ground is so scattered with clothing, it looks like a child exploded. You're like, yep, Timmy exploded. That's all that's left of him. Yeah, you want his mittens? They're really nice. So there's just clothing everywhere because all the kids are sweating and they're hot because it's freezing outside, but they're sweating, right? And then you go down the hill again, and when you get to the bottom, you're like, I'm going to build a jump. And then you build a jump, and you and your friends, or relatives, cousins, whatever, you and your friends, you spend 20 minutes building what's going to be the most epic jump of all time. Like, this is Jackass. Like, you're Johnny Knoxville. You're going to go flying into the next state, which in my case was Idaho. I didn't want to end up there. But I built the jump anyway. So you build the jump and you're packing it in and you're sweating and you're packing it in and you're like, this jump's going to be so epic. And then there's got to be somebody who tries it first. And then that person who tries it first, what do? Do they go launching off the ramp into the next state? No. They crash right through it. They obliterate all of the work that you did for 20 minutes. Throwing your clothes off. You're basically just in your underwear at this point, getting frostbite, still hot for some reason. I don't even know how this is happening. But and then they destroy your jump, and then you have to do it again. And that lasts for about 4 hours or more. And then eventually you just you drag your sorry frostbitten, red-cheeked butt home. Where maybe you get hot chocolate and just watch Rugrats for the rest of the night. And that's an ideal day of sledding. The misery is part of the experience. So my kids didn't have that, right? Kids today have it so good with their moving sidewalks on the side of a mountain. They have it so good. I just want you to suffer like I suffered. I want you to have a heart attack at age 12 like I nearly did every winter. I need you to suffer. I need you to go through what I went through. It's a rite of passage. I don't know why it is, but it is. Just suffer like I suffered. Kids have it too good. They have it way too good. But social media and devices are going to give them a dissociative mental disorder and depression. So guess we call it even. Oh. Nearly got him. What else? Oh, so again, having a lovely time up in Spokane for Christmas. It's great. It's magical. And then at one point, hold on, I need to drink my water. By the way, you know how I normally drink out of a skeleton cup? Well, the lead singer of my band, James, has my skeleton cup, and he refuses to give it back. So now I'm drinking out of a unicorn cup. With a twisty straw. What's it called? The twisty, the bendy straw, the like swirly thing, whatever. Coming out of the top because my normal straws don't fit it because it's too tall. And now I look like an idiot. Okay, I have a message for James. And anybody who sees this, just pass it along to him. James, I want my skeleton cup back. Or I'll cut you. Where'd you get the knife? I commit to the bit. What can I say? I want my skeleton cup or I'll cut you. But anyway, so we went up north. We're having a lovely time. I don't know if any of you have boys as children, but man, are they different than having girls as children. They are just bulldozers. I think we broke maybe upwards of just like 30 things in their house while we were there for 7 days. We broke so many things. And by we, I mean the boy child. The boy child breaks things. And his pièce de résistance, what's the thing with the thing? Sean! What do they say in French when it's like your final, like your big finale? It's like the pièce de résistance. What's that called? The pièce de résistance. Your pièce de résistance. Something like that. Yeah, so it's that. So for Calvin, this was his. So we're downstairs. We're having a jolly old time. We're definitely drinking alcohol because I drink so much alcohol. And I'm going to side note real quick. I drank alcohol in December as if Joe Biden himself personally called me and said, "Hey, Lisa, so I've been thinking, I think in 2024, we're going to do away with this alcohol business. I think no more alcohol. 2024, we're bringing prohibition back. And also, here are my ideas for solving the global warming crisis." Click! I just hang up. I start panicking immediately. What? So I drank like that. I drank as if this was it. This is the end of alcohol. There's no more after January 1st. This is it. I have to drink all of it. So every day I'm not like blackout drunk every day, but I definitely had a pretty healthy buzz most days in December. At one point, I was walking into the school to see my daughter's Christmas program, hungover out of my mind, giant sunglasses, holding an open package of old fishy crackers that I found in the back seat. And as I'm walking through the parking lot, I just dumped the contents of my purse everywhere, just all over the parking lot. And there were whispers. There were definitely whispers. And then as I was walking in the building, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be seen with this package of fishy crackers. So I just take the last handful and I shove it in my mouth. And at that moment is when they greet me. And they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's good. That's great. Just, is Chloe nervous about her performance today?" Great. Just take your seat and the show will start soon. So that was me. Mom of the year. And she did great, by the way. She totally crushed it. Both of my kids did so amazing in their Christmas program. Like, dang, like so much better than I did when I was a kid. I'm really proud of them. So yeah, I drank so much. My pièce de résistance was my final party of the year. I decided to go all out. And I started the night out with a whiskey. And then when I got to the party, I had a beer. And then after that, I had a bourbon. And then after that, I had some wine. And then after that, I had a little more bourbon. And then as I was walking out of the party, getting escorted by my friends and family, I grabbed a shot of tequila and then I pounded that as I was leaving. And then I got home and just... And then... So, like a fire hose. Like I went full on fire hose when I got home. But that's the way you do it, right? That's the way you have to do it. Either you drink responsibly and you're very charming throughout the night and you just sip and you like nurse a beverage, or you go so hard that when you get home, you blah, 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 and then you don't have a hangover the next day because you just got it all out. You just got it all out. It's got to be one or the other. And when you're a champion drinker like me, you get that. Perfected it, I would say. So anyway, Calvin's pièce de résistance. We're downstairs. We're having a jolly time. Definitely drinking, as I said before. All of us are in the kitchen. We hear what sounds like 2,000 marbles being dropped on a hardwood floor above us. And we just look at each other and freak out. We're like, what was that? And then we all sprint upstairs, like we're sprinting. We're sprinting upstairs. We go into my cousin Danny and his wife Cassie, who's my best friend, cousin-in-law, their bathroom, and their glass shower door has been shattered. It's just shattered. The whole glass door of their shower is shattered on the ground. There is glass everywhere. My daughter, Chloe, as if she were Spider-Man, is up on the side of the shower like this. She's like, oh! She's very impressive, actually. Very nimble, this girl. Everybody's crying. All kids are crying. It's a problem. We're scared. We're like, are you cut? Are you cut? Are you fine? No kids got cut. Not even a little bit, which is good, but also like, what? How did that not cut anybody? There's just glass. It's just tempered glass. I learned about this later. It's a thing everybody knows about except me. It's fine. Tempered glass. It's supposed to break that way. It's great. It's fine. So yeah, we find out basically that my son did that. My little bulldozer of a son, he did that. They were playing hide and seek. He found them in the bathroom where they weren't supposed to be, Chloe and her cousin. And then he was like, "Hi, I got you." And then he slams the door like the tiny Hulk that he is, and it shatters everywhere. At least that's the story that we've been told. We weren't there. There were no cameras. But that's just what we were told by the children. And look, it is what it is. Everybody wants to pay for a shower door during Christmas time. But we did. We paid for it. We're like, we get it. Calvin did this. But it was Calvin, but also it was all of them. It's always all the kids, right? There's always something that happens that one kid does, but it's kind of all the kids, right? It's always more than one. Kennedy assassination. There's the one guy, but we know there was more involved. It's the worst analogy. I think Sean was saying, it's like, what was your analogy? He's gone. He's not listening to me. His analogy was like Manson. Manson got blamed, but he had people, he had helpers. Terrible. No, it's fine. I mean, these things happen. They're kids. They're tiny kids. These things happen. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. I had one more thing to talk about. Where are we at? Oh, 27. I'm doing good. Yo, I'm getting back in the swing of things. Yes. Dude, things are going great. I'm super excited to be back. I miss doing this podcast. The letterboard is probably confusing to you. Usually I have something silly and fun on this letterboard behind me. But right now it says Dev to Hickson, and you can find out why it says that on my Instagram. So go to @LeaseFoils and find out why it says that. But spoiler alert, Kevin did it. I let Kevin pick out the sentence, series of words, the phrase, the joke, whatever he wanted to put on this letterboard. And that's how we did it. Losing my voice. Let me take a sip of this horrible unicorn cup. Wow, would love to absolutely check my notes right now because I swear I had one more thing to say. But my computer just, it pooped its jammies, so I can't check it. Can't check my notes. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back. I hope you caught up on all the other episodes during your break. I hope you had a very relaxing, awesome break. And let's do this. Let's crush the new year. And I love, normally memes are super annoying, but I like the memes that are like, yo, your New Year's resolutions don't always have to be something strenuous. It doesn't always have to be like lose 50 pounds or eat better. It doesn't have to be like that, right? Go to the gym 6 times a day. It doesn't have to be that. It can be like, try a new type of beverage once a week. It doesn't even have to be alcohol. For me, it will be alcohol. But for you, try a Fanta flavor you've never, I don't know. But just try a new type of candy once a month. Keep it fun. Visit a new park. Dude, adults can go to parks. Adults can use the slides at parks. It's weird, but you can. No, there's no law saying you can't. Maybe for some people there's a law saying you can't. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming back. Happy New Year. We're doing it. Love you.